Good evening, everybody. How is your Sunday been? I'm live again with Dr. Odebowale. We all know him as High Priest. So together, we want to discuss the what you guys have termed national embarrassment, where the presidential jets was said to have been seized under some spurious or controversial circumstance, bordering on debts, incurred by the state government. So I just want to have Dr. Odebowale react to this. Dr. Odebowale, good evening, sir.
Good evening, Shegun. Thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Okay, I'm sure you have heard about the so-called embarrassing situation where presidential jet was seized by China. China
By China,
over
no,
debt owed by
not even China now.
a firm in
One
China.
by, by one company,
Once,
one company. One I can't pronounce. I don't know how to pronounce the name of the company.
okay.
The
But
company.
they're already colonizing Nigeria little by little. And so all of us will still have Chinese name anyway. So we should start learning how to pronounce. Is it Zangao or Zhangqiu?
And then Zongun, only
Zongo.
Benga Daniel should be in a better position to teach us and his cohorts. You see, thank you,
Okay.
Shegun, for having me. It's a very sad thing. I'm an indigenous of Ogun State. My parents were from Ogun State. My father, Ogireremo, my mother, Abeokuta, Egbake. So I'm an Ijegba. So you see, we saw it coming because now I live partly in Ogun State. Unlike before, when I would just visit, briefly, and I would leave and I would go back to see my, older siblings or my family members. Now I live. Anytime I travel to Ogun
Oh.
State, I stay for some days.
What happened? I can barely hear you. What happened to your mouthpiece or mic? Is it my own earpiece?
Maybe he's trying to,
Okay, it's better now. It's back
yeah.
again. Yeah.
So you see, I live in Ogun State and I see things. You see, beyond
Mm,
this grand theft or the
mm,
people's, this grand conversion of the people's patrimony, what we see, what we witness in Ogun State
Is it playing
is
back somewhere?
no, it's not. Somebody is trying to disturb me. Somebody is trying to,
Oh, okay.
I don't know why they won't leave me alone. One WhatsApp call is trying to come in, and I don't know how to just block them off for me to be able to do this. But,
Maybe you should have done do
um,
not disturb, but let's just keep cutting them. They will
okay,
understand you're busy. So,
yeah. So when you go to any part of Ogun State, the state they call Gateway State, you cannot but feel sad,
mm,
um, especially when you know that apart from Lagos, the next after Lagos, the next state, the so-called subnational in this funny federation we are running, is Ogun State in terms of industrial base. And I mean real industries, not Chinese,
mm,
India, Korea, and funny people, that you have around who are even contesting space with the wretched
mm,
of the earth.
mm,
The situation we find ourselves in Ogun State is such that, is such that you find people going to the farms to work for Chinese, to plant cassava. These are the foreign investors that Benga Daniel, Amoso, and all of them brought. So
mm.
it's not this thing. This latest is just exposing all of them, so that when we talk, you don't look as if one is just blabbing, one is just trying to, one is just trying to to pay to the
And this
gallery.
does.
To pay to the gallery. They are mortgaging every space. That is the truth. They are doing so. Everybody is trying to construct an airport where nothing works. A basically agrarian economy. You find a fellow, a funny fellow who calls himself the governor, trying to establish an airport. You want to establish where planes will be flying to. The roads are bad. Every part. The roads are very bad. You want to construct the airport. Now, the basic means of sustenance of the people are being taken away from them by these criminals you call political leaders. It is everywhere. When they go abroad, they say they are bringing foreign investors. I once said it in one of our previous interviews. Can you please tell me, will any honest investor come to Nigeria now to come and do what? Nothing is certain here. When you put in 100 million naira, in another 2-3 months, Cardoso, all of these people will just destroy whatever you have. You don't even know what is going on. They tell you they are working, they are turning around the economy that people destroyed. Now by people, they are extricating themselves from those who destroyed the economy. Now, assuming without considering that their position is right. Now, don't we reserve the right to know what they are doing with our lives? Can't we just at least know, oh, this is the economic policy you are pursuing, and this is the end result, this is what we hope to achieve. So it goes beyond Benga Daniel selling off our patrimony. All of them are doing it. All of them. Does it not surprise you that the banks you have are declaring profits in an economy as backward as this, where nothing works, where people just bring in spare parts, fabrics, steel, and other finished products, like Peter Obi's next supermarket will bring finished products. This is what happens there. They bring in all of these things, buying and selling, and the banks will declare profits, running into billions. The industries are, they are taking off. You find industries are taking off because before it was profitable for even these so-called industries to do easy round tripping with Emefiele and others. You now have billionaires and there are no industries. There are billionaires and there are no industries. So the most tragic of all of this is that we ask people to go back to the farm. There are no lands around for them to go back to. It's either you have them as Pentecostal churches, miracle centers, or you now have them as Chinese holdings, India holdings, Korean, South Koreans. These are the people we have around. And Ogun State happens to be the worst hit because of the proximity of the state to Lagos and to the seaport. Now I've been reading the award purportedly given to that Chinese company by the arbitration court in London. I've been reading. It's about 66 pages or so. I've started to read. I think some people deserve to be shot. They deserve to be shot. And now to imagine that, the principal suspect in this grand will tell you, because I read Benga Daniel's press statement, all he was able to say was that he is ready to assist the federal government to find diplomatic solutions to the problem. Which problem? As a charge and bail lawyer, I know a bit about contracts. When you present facts or you misrepresent facts with a view to defrauding the other party. You know, what you cannot claim to have a valid contract based on your fraud, or based on the fraudulent misrepresentation. What I've read so far is that one Chinese company came, Benga Daniel gave the Chinese company a CFO of vast land, 2,000 hectares at an area in Ogun State, in the Besa area like that. People's lands, collected people's lands. And the Land Use Act does not empower any governor to just collect people's lands. It must be for overriding public interest. And the landowners must be compensated adequately. If you have settlements in the place, the law says you must resettle them. So Benga Daniel just collected people's lands. Nobody has told us about compensation. Nobody has mentioned the people, the original owners of the land that Benga Daniel collected and dashed his Chinese friends for 99 years in the first instance. Renewable after 99 years. Nobody has told us. It's the same way, Dangote just told us that he paid $100 million for the land on which his refinery was built in Lagos. We are yet to be told of how much the landowners whose lands were taken by these people, how much they were given from the $100 million that Dangote said that he paid. So this is the robbery that has been going on. Now, the most painful aspect of it, as I said, was that the local people whose major occupation is farming have been removed from their environment. You now want to tell me about how people get poor. Some and this ritual harm of this whole, criminal gangsterism is talking about people praying to God and all of this, so as to make them continue to hope and hope. They have collected their land. You release CFO for a whole village, a whole town, to a non-entity, as it is turning out now, because the original company later confessed to you, Benga Daniel, that it lacked the capacity to continue. You brought in another company, the same Chinese Chinko people, to come and carve part of our village to build a park, and they will not pay any tax. Free trade zone. That company, the first company, was originally used fishing nets and some other funny things. They now said they had experience in the area of free trade zones, and that was the experience they brought to Nigeria, and they brought to Benga Daniel. That was the experience that Benga Daniel used, depended on. I can hear you. I can hear you.
Go ahead. I can't hear you again, so I'm just curious.
I can hear you clearly.
Sound. If you can hear me, just I'm trying to figure out what happened.
I hear you clearly. I hear you clearly. You want to check?
Can hear me?
Yes, I hear you clearly. Clearly.
You can't hear me?
I hear you. I hear you. I hear you.
Okay,
I can hear you.
I don't know. I can't hear you. Okay, let me see.
What a shame. I can hear you.
Okay, I can hear you again now.
Okay. Thank you. So as I was saying, can you still hear me now? Yeah.
Yes.
I said Benga Daniel depended on the CV, the profile of a company that was originally registered to produce fishing nets, and other sundry materials like that. Then the promoters of the company now claimed no evidence. They didn't mention the countries where they had experimented on these free trade zones. They now claimed to have handled free trade zones. And these criminals came in and they chose a place very close to Seme border. And just look at that. They chose villages close to Seme border, so that they'll be bringing in finished products, including cocaine and all of this. They chose the villages close to Seme border for free trade zone, and they'll be in control of this free trade zone for 99 years in the first instance. And they will be holding 60% of the equity shares, according to them. They were not quoted though on any stock exchange. No trace. They'll be holding 60%. And when these people came in, moved into the land, the only physical structure, as it is happening everywhere in all states where you find the Chinese, all of these places where you find them, they have only erected just small perimeter fence. A small perimeter fence. And they have the CFO. Do you know how much time it takes you to get a CFO from these comedians who say they are governors? That company told you, are you telling me that Benga Daniel does not have, a vested interest in that company? I'm on here now. Let him challenge me that he does not have. And he's so xenophiliac that he loves Chinese so much that some funny people just stroll into the country. They will stroll into the country and they will just get CFO for that vast land, and they'll be holding it for the first 99 years in the first instance. And so when those ones came in, because what they usually do is when they get land like that from this Akotilator, the Chinese will now use the land, the CFO they already have, they will use it to process loan from these useless, places we call banks. That's what they've been doing for Abushe, Abula Lejo. Then at the end of it all, they will do nothing. And Chinese are planting cassava. People are talking about Gari being expensive. They are planting cassava. They remove people from their farmlands. They now re-employ them as wage laborers, slaves, to plant cassava, cucumber, and watermelon in Ogun State. What people should ordinarily do, it is happening. It is happening. Benga Daniel did his own. The people are also too did his own. Benga Daniel, you gave this company 99 years, CFO. They allowed them to move into the land. Nothing. It is not on record that they paid anything to anybody. They are foreign investors. The expertise they are bringing, nobody is told. It's not in all these press statements that we have been reading. How the indigenes of the state will benefit from this criminality, we are yet to be told by their press statements. We have not read anything about what we as indigenes of Ogun State stand to gain from these Chinese people. The only thing we get to see now is that they are sleeping with our girls, they are sleeping with our children, they are taking over people's lands. Then they encourage the locals to go and be stealing your cassava to come and sell to them. That is what you find. That is what you find.
These are
That's what you
allegations,
find.
and all these allegations are actually
You are a
they
journalist. You are a
actually
journalist. Just go in now. Go into any village in Ogun State. Go to Geremo now. Go to Shagamu. Go to all of these places and see whether the type of the characters you find there as Chinese and Indians and Koreans are the characters you need in a different place. Go there and find out now. Go there and find out.
and you want to blame Benga Daniel, Amutu, and the likes for all of this.
I'm saying that, you see, when the head is rotten, there's nothing anybody can do now. If a whole governor could just sign off a village away like that, you know, they did that to Dangote too. He went to Ebeshe, he bought land where they, you know, at this Ewe. People are drinking cement water. People are drinking cement. His trailers are killing people. Is that news? That's no news now. He's not talking. He's not coming out to tell you that they don't want his refinery to work because, you know, he had hoped to be getting free crude in naira, and he will refine and will sell to us at the market, international market rate. You can see these elements. Then of course, they are now the smarter people are now taking the thing to Malta. He told us about Malta. If he had been the one doing it, he would have told us. Now they are exposing themselves. Now we should be happy now. We should be happy that anyone that may God allow them to continue to destroy all of them together. Will not be at peace. That is my own prayer. I don't wish them well as they don't wish me well. That's my own prayer. Anybody who doesn't wish me well, I don't pray. I won't be like a Jesus Christ who allow people to kill him. If you don't love me, I hate you too. So back to these people, these characters. You were trying to say that, oh, is it only Benga Daniel? Could you please evaluate what this character has done? If there's a village called Igbese where you have one university, there's one Crawford University or thereabout at Igbese. You can imagine what their so-called free trade zone will do to that university. You can imagine what it has done to the farmers in those communities. You can imagine how the Benga Daniel impoverished, how they pauperized the people of Igbese and other places. People now think in terms of naira and kobo, what they are getting, what they are not getting. You are not thinking about the social effect. Just like I told you in one of my previous interviews, go to a father village in Ogun, the same Ogun State. That's where one scammer, some spiritual scammer, has built an auditorium of 3 kilometers by 3 kilometers. And people are now asking, they want to know why there is hunger in the land. I want to know, oh father, that village was reputed for the production of rice. You know, a special rice. Like you have the Bimo rice from Ekiti. You have them all over like that. They have destroyed that place with prayer. These carpet baggers have destroyed the place. It's like that. It goes like that. Benga Daniel did his own. I don't know whether Benga Daniel was the one who initiated the idea of, you know, confiscating, appropriating, seizing people's land. 1.5 kilometers from the express to any town, compulsory acquisition. And who are the ones being given? Chinese, South Koreans, and Indians. They say they are investors. What do they produce? They are not interested in staple food. Whatever cash crop they engage in, they export. How much tax do they pay? Find out from these people. They give them concern because they must have been bribed beforehand. Find out from them how much they collect from them as tax. Find out from them. So you are talking about conscious pauperization of a people. The Southwest is being destroyed by these people. Who is interested in their brickbats? One press statement, you listen to what one person, one pretender, who of course I've always known him as a pretender since he was made the MD of Volkswagen. at the age of 27, 28. Where is Volkswagen today? Where is Volkswagen today? Those who import spare parts destroy the place. So you see, and they say they are economists. I don't know why they cannot see that no country develops engaging solely or mainly in buying and selling. Importation of materials. If you are importing spare parts, no assembly plants we take off. No assembly plants we take off. Peugeot in Kaduna will never come back. Dead for good for as long as you are allergic for market. You are one of these places. But you told me and others you should be truthful for once. They should be truthful. Now you go about engaging in petty contract from Benga Daniel when both of you were in PDP. And you were deceiving yourself on television, being Patito's gang. Now go and read what Amosun said about him in black and white. Go and read it. So you know that these people, they take everybody for a ride. And it goes beyond this momentary, this spontaneous reaction. We have to begin to ask questions. And if there is going to be any uprising, it is inevitable. It is not going to be this eclectic nonsense, this infantile stupidity that we display. So that after 2-3 hours we are spent and we go back. Somebody somebody turns himself into the generalissimo of protest. Stupidity. This one will be conscious. It will be sweeping. It will be pervasive. It will affect everybody. It will be based on class. It will be based on class. It will be based on class. You cannot appropriate and reprobate at the same time. You know, this system must be overturned.
Talking about the importation.
But I'm saying that you cannot be dispossessing the people of their primary source of livelihood. That is land. Under nebulous guises, and you now turn around to want to inquire about why people are poor. You are the cause. Why people are poor? Why wouldn't they be poor? Look, if they are able to feed themselves, all other things they follow. Can't you see how emasculated our so-called graduates are now? With your certificate, you can't feed yourself. Can't you see that something is fundamentally wrong? Now, somebody leaves the village because a governor has sold the land. A former farmer who was able to feed his family, who even had more than one wife, was able to feed his children, was able to sell farm produce and send his children to school so that they can speak this big English as we do. You suddenly destroy them. They are now in Lagos looking for how to become gatemen so that they can earn 70,000 naira a month to buy an imported bag of rice, smuggled in through semen. Is that the way to run a place? Then when people now complain of hunger, you now begin to send 20 trucks of rice to states, and governors are repackaging, they are rebranding it for the next election. Now, the first time they complained, every state got 5 billion. 5 billion. And they all share this money. They all share this money. Me alone, I will never eat palliative rice. How can you are reducing people to beggars? Depending, we have not seen palliative for able-bodied people. Is that the issue? You are not attacking the very root of dispossession. Yeah, dispossession now they say, oh, Yorubas are lazy. They are not doing anything. Why wouldn't they be lazy? We are the industries. Onoba Akran, Ikeja. They are employed. At least as a small boy, our elderly brothers and sisters worked during vacation. They were in school, Yaba Tech, Unilag, and what have you. So on their long vacation, they worked the Bulos Enterprises at Ogba, where they used to assemble Suzuki and motorcycles. Where Yupele Dakoru went to rob that armed robber. Yupele Dakoru and where they went to rob. The Bulos Enterprises was thriving, was flourishing. Yupele Dakoru went to rob, acting on inside information about the time they were going to pay salaries. You needed to have visited those places. That was even before the Legiwa and others moved their news spot to Oregun and all of these places. Oregun Industrial Estate, Ilupeju Industrial Estate, Apapa, Matori, all of these places. What exactly is happening in those places? I mean, in these places now. What exactly? If they are not
Yes,
churches, if they are
God has
not
taken
churches,
over them.
if they are not churches or eateries where you go to become diabetic, if you move to residential areas, Palm Avenue, Olorunsogo is now your Ladipo. They say they degrade the environment. And I'm not getting involved in this petty ethnic thing. Of course, I'm not going to run away from it. If you say Lagos is a no man's land, I will also join people who say go, we must go. To hell with all of you, you hypocrites. You know, both of them are crazy.
Dr.
Those who
Odebowale,
say that people's
um,
land belong to nobody are crazy. Those who are asking them to go are also crazy. Two mad people on both sides. So that's just what I'm saying. So I'm telling you that we have to look beyond the immediate big brats among these people to look at what they do, how they dispossess the mass of the people of their basic means of sustenance. That is the issue. That is the issue. That is the issue. Now, Ogun State suddenly is talking about public schools, Ramo Secondary School, Mayflower, beautiful things. No, it's about Okada. It's about kidnapping in Odebowale or Ijebu axis. It's about you not being able to go to your farmland now. Not even because of Fulani X-Men, no. Because you'll be kidnapped. They'll collect ransom and they'll kill you. It's about you not being able to farm in Ogun State. But they will wait for your cassava to get to the harvest stage. Then they will encourage the children of the town who have been destroyed, who smoke igbo as early as 7 a.m., 8 a.m. in the morning, and they drink the pelebe, and all of these things. All of them, you find them that they are the ones who bring cane to the road to come and be collecting money from Okada riders from the north. These are the people you find around who will be now engaged by these Chinese to go and be stealing your cassava. You know, conscious pauperization. It has gotten to a stage now that even to buy food stuff, raw food stuff, in most villages in Ogun State, non-indigenous sell raw food stuff. Let them controvert it. I've lived in their midst now, and I've seen that we are empty. We are empty. We are unable to feed ourselves. It doesn't pay to go to the farms now. The Chinese will ruin you. They will ruin you. That is the tragedy. You know, that is what this Benga Daniels scandal is revealing. This is what they do to people. So what do they want us to do? Now Benga Daniel wants us to clap for him because he says he's ready to assist the federal government to resolve the problem that he created diplomatically. Then his successor, maybe he was acting in a vindictive manner. That is not before us. If you did what was right, your successor would not have come to council. But now you are asking him. You are asking him to inherit your fraud. You
Dr.
brought him the
Odebowale,
company.
you mentioned a number of things, and first, I'm curious. You said the Chinese who were given large expanse of land in Ogun
Yes,
State. Uh,
yes,
we were told they are foreign investors, and by simple logic, they are expected to come in, set up
with
uh,
a lot of capital.
companies, and yes, set up companies and be producing something that should help definitely.
Your
So
benefits to us, yeah.
aren't we benefiting from these Chinese companies? Aren't we in any way?
Well, Shegun, there is no company anywhere. Just company on paper. This is how they do it. Benga Daniel knew that there was no company when he was feeding a whole village to some criminals from China. he could not have claimed, he cannot still claim that he did not know them, because, ordinarily when you want to engage in such, a commercial transaction, a contractual engagement that is as huge, that promises to be on for eternity. Because if you could
Even
just sign
involving the
your
state
CFO,
government.
you sign a CFO 99 years in the first instance, renewable after 99 years. It's like Ogun, a part of Ogun State has become the sovereign land of China. Now, where was the bank credit they presented to you? At least there must be a bank guarantee now, a local bank. Maybe you are coming from China, a bank from this London where you ran to go and be attaching assets. One bank, then guaranteed by a local bank, should have issued a letter of credit now, introducing you as an authentic person. They just don't stroll into somebody's country like that now. What was the role of Ministry of Foreign Affairs? What role did the Minister of Interior play? Minister of Interior, because you are a foreigner now, you can come and be manufactured and start to manufacture weapons. You can pretend and turn our place to a terrorist ground. So what role? The NSA, did they know about it? Then Security and Exchange Commission, did they know anything about it? Then for a company that will be here for 99 years in the first instance, you now hold it exclusively. So what benefit will that be? Then what exactly are you going to be doing? Free trade zone. From the little I've read so far, they were asked to construct that place so that they will now begin to be the ones to allow industries to establish in those places. And when that one ran into a barbed wire, when his lies could no longer fly, they now brought in a third party, making it a tripartite agreement. Brought in a third party. That one now said, okay, before we could even do anything, give me part of this land. I want to build a park. I want to construct a park. They were at that stage. It is that third party and the original owner that now started. Then now became interested in the fight between two Chinese companies. That was the state of, that was what Abiku Amosu inherited. Go and read the award now from arbitration panel in UK. These are funny people. These are funny people who should not live in our midst. Any subsequent protest should be taken to their homes. Bring them out and tell them to come and explain. Will it be allowed to go away with this? I mean, Daniel. Will he? How can you do this? Go and read their gazette. Now, these people, they have sold everywhere. These are cultivator people. If I don't know what behave like that, what would they have made? I was talking about this unbridled importation into our space in the Southwest. It has destroyed us. On our industries are going, they said Nestle wants to go. Let Nestle go to hell. If Nestle wants to go, let Nestle go to hell. You don't need any funny. They were all depending on Emefiele. They were depending on round tripping, getting forex. What do you need as Nestle? You are producing this cocoa base and chocolate and all of this. Plant your cocoa, have your cocoa plantation here now. Employ our people. You need milk. Establish your dairy farmer. Establish your dairy farm here now. Must we be bringing them from abroad? So that we our little foreign exchange will now be using to fund you. Who are you now? Go if you want to go. Go to hell. It's a foreign the companies are relocating. They have to run because you now have somebody who is being advised by IMF and World Bank. There we go. There we go. Somebody just told me just this afternoon that from Ministry of Solid Minerals under this new person, Dele Alake, in Abia State. Granite, Chinese are the ones in charge of granite. Locals, you now go to them to buy granite. That is what they, and they will tell you, that they have made $5 million. They are adding it to, these people are just too funny. They are just too funny. They are just funny people.
High priest, I
Yes.
was going to ask you because you mentioned about one of the points that I'm so concerned about is that we import a lot of things. And I
We
was
do.
going to mention that finally we are getting somewhere where we start refining by ourselves or producing things by ourselves. And I wanted to mention two cases, but you already knocked one off, which is Dangote refinery. You already knocked him off, so I won't go back to that one. You said he was just he was trying to get crude for in naira and wants to be selling in dollar, and that is for you not acceptable. So you already took that off. But another one that people are proud of now is at least we want to start. I think Innoson already started to assemble car in Nigeria. At least we can start, having made in Nigeria cars, can we? I mean, aren't you proud of that? At least that we want to start doing something and correcting things. At least
Well,
that is from local production.
let me salute the courage of Mr. Innocent, whoever he is, whoever he's fronting for. At least that in itself will employ, indigenous of Inewi, where he hails from, will employ, Nigerians. Unlike this,
I thought you wanted to limit it to Nnewi.
no, yes, when Nigerians, I mean, not many the fact that they will employ them as gate men and ancillary workers, but at least they are still Nigerians. But I mean, mainly you will employ them in Inewi. The place is sited in Inewi. He's a good man. He knows his people. He's supporting his people. He should be given their award for bringing such, a huge project to their village. I'm not just going to build mansions that nobody will live in, mansions for lizard and reptiles. So, but
And it's
it
finally
goes
something to
beyond
clap about.
innocent. It goes beyond innocent assembling plant. If the government wants him to succeed, the government will ban importation of spare parts by his kinsmen. The activities of his kinsmen are destroying the land. People are afraid to say so. I will say so. What most of them do is to use cocaine money to bring in spare parts. That is it. Not drug money. Okay, our economy is bad. Money is not anywhere. So where are you getting your money from now? It's not from ritual killing. It's not from harvest of organs. And all of it. These ones are just on the side. Cocaine, narcotics. You go to Malaysia, you go to all of these places, you destroy, and you're not bringing this as spare parts. So innocent cannot succeed with this mindset. Because when the spare parts they are bringing in are not meant for the vehicles assembled at Innocent assembly plant. They are for Toyota, they are for Mazda, they are for, so they are not meant for him. It's a matter of time he will die too. Like Oluwalopo Motors, like Peugeot, like Volkswagen, like all of them. And this one also goes to the importation of fabric, textile materials. The
Excuse me,
textile
Doctor
industry
High
in Kaduna
Priest.
and all of these places. Sir?
High Priest, where is Innocent sourcing his parts from? If you say they're only bringing in for Toyota and others,
No, I'm
where
saying
is Innocent
the
getting parts
assembly.
from?
No, you see, there is another assembly plant in Lagos now. You see, GAC or GAC that they are just bringing there now. But those ones are coming with their expatriates. Then they claim that will be training our own children to know about these things. At least you want
In
to
other
say,
words, In other words, high priest, you're simply saying that for the mere fact that they are still importing the parts
Mhm,
before we can assemble, you are still not
mhm.
impressed. Is that the summary of all of this?
No, I'm saying that at least we are just taking off, so we should not over celebrate innocent. Because I mean, we are unable to refine our crude oil here now. So why are you pretending? We have crude oil, natural deposit. We are unable to explore. We are unable to to refine for our use. We go to Malta now. We don't go to no talk. So we go outside and we depend on foreign refineries. So who are you? Where what has happened to our Ajaokuta Steel Complex? They just brought in some Russians now. They said some Russians just came in and other investors, expatriates. Just brought them in. It's about racket. Since I was a kid,
Hmm.
I've been hearing about Ajaokuta Steel Complex, Alaja Steel Complex. I've been hearing about them now. So without those places functioning, who are you to claim that you want to produce anything? You are a fraudster. I don't know now. You're running now. You're running. Who are you to say so?
But you can collect the parts from anywhere and just assemble. At least for a start, and then
And
subsequently you
I'm,
can
I'm,
start working
I'm
on
not
our own
I'm not
steel
saying that I'm
company.
not saying that you cannot do that. What I'm saying is, that will not take us anywhere. You cannot
Hmm.
be conditioning our children. We cannot be building the capacity of our children to continue as ancillary elements to those who bring in all of these things.
Hmm.
I mean, we can't continue like
I
that.
see your angle.
And we can't continue like that. So Innocent is doing for his people, not for Nigeria. He's doing well for his people. Are not happy as his own people too are going to China. The same Chinese people going to China to bring in Nigeria to destroy the local industry in my village, in Abeokuta. They are destroying everywhere. What has happened to Julie Pharmacy now? How often do you hear about it? At the time, Julie Pharmacy was quoted, became a PRC. They are struggling
Hmm.
to remain in business now because of this China, these India people. Our people go to carry cocaine to Malaysia, to Indonesia. Now they are into pharmaceuticals.
Hmm.
Even Lagos state government, about 90% of those who supply drugs to them are not people who should be trusted. Everybody's like, look, it's when they are doing their business, they are together. They know themselves. They know themselves. Now somebody said, you must go. Somebody shouted, oh, we must arrest him. Another criminal was saying that, look, that my ancestral land belongs to his father. Go punish that person now. Say my ancestral land belongs to his father. That it was swampy. It was ordinary water when they came to bid. Why are you not bidding your place? Oh, okay, Benga Daniel gave our land
Ah.
to Chinese for 99 years now. Gave them CFO for 99 years. So the Chinese are the owners of Ogun State. Are you insane? Why won't you develop your place? So these are the issues. We have too many hypocrites around. Even with some of my friends who are on the other side, they want to be politically correct. They like what these people do, the way they abuse us. They don't want to they don't want to even admit that the activities of their own people are responsible for the pauperization of my own people. You move into a market to displace people. There is one mad woman who called chairman of one local government. She has just given the fruit market to at my 12 to a developer. And that developer is giving people to buy at 30 million, 1 million. Fruit. She be not the only cocaine people will be able to. So very soon now, that place will be exclusively held by these cocaine people.
Hmm.
Cocaine. You are telling me that you are industrious. Yes, industry is good. Let's go back in history and read about this industry, please. Let's
Hmm.
go. Emefiele was simply giving out money to all of you while he was killing us here. We are just getting to know, round tripping, give you money the next minute after you must have told to Aboki, You move into Surulere and you buy 20 houses in a day. Move into Mende, buy 50 houses. You did that. You did it now. Emefiele did it. Suddenly, you are billionaires in an economy that does not produce anything. Others don't know how to do it because they cannot carry cocaine. Are you mad? You are not abusing people. You are not abusing people. You are not talking rubbish. Talking rubbish. Now, look at this kind of characters you have at Daniel and all of them. Look at the mindset. What special things are these Chinese coming to do other than to bring in finished products? Assuming that these criminals were able to take off a free trade zone. Free trade zone. Don't pay VAT. They won't pay taxes. They won't allow your people in there. They won't allow local products in that place. They will not. As they are dumping, they get it through cement. They put them in. Then they'll kill the rest of the industries that are here. That's what, yes, now.
So, Dr. Odebowale, because of time, what is way out now?
No, the way out is for the people to rise against the likes of Benga Daniel and others. Those who have claimed to have collected your land for foreign investors, the next protest should be directed at them. Let them state in specific terms what these foreign investors are bringing to the table. Don't be lazy, don't be crazy. Try to take a census of all of these criminals who are in your midst. Take charge, take ownership of your environment. The farmers there, protect your own farmers. If the Nigerian police is not ready, if they are not ready, protect yourselves. Protect yourselves. That is the solution. Protect yourself. This one Nigeria thing is a fraud. It's not working. It's not working. So if you find yourself in a village, protect your parents. Let them go to farm. At least be able to feed yourselves first. Then you join issues. Everybody is celebrating local government autonomy. Join issues with your local government chairman that your local markets must also reflect local character. Without federal character, you cannot come and be taking over our markets because you have cocaine money. Yes. If I want to sell pepper, I should be able to sell my pepper in poverty. I should be able to do so. Don't modernize my market. Don't modernize my market. Don't sell spare parts in my market. Don't sell fabric. It's a lie. It's money laundering. Local markets should reflect indigeneity. Even if you are coming to sell, should not displace people. So that is the next round of protest that we are interested in, not this Makato-induced protest or Ford Foundation. No. The ones that politicians are trying to do.
It was hunger. It was hunger that actually prepared.
Yes, now hunger has been something.
All of these things you have mentioned too.
Yes, we say hunger. Everybody feels that hunger at a different look. As I am now,
inflation.
Look, as I am now, I've been reading. I told you, I intend to go back and start my charge and bill in October after this vacation. You know, I'm also hungry, so now. So whatever thing my son, the car he uses, I tell my Jimo to alone. I try to. I know it. This internet, he pays because that's his work. He's an expert in information technology, so he needs it for his work. If you like, make him no pay now, but I'm enjoying it unlimited. That's how I can talk to you, and I even for the next 10 hours. He's the one paying. I don't even feel it. So hunger is at different levels. It's at different levels. So let nobody now begin to glamorize poverty. Let us look at the root of it. What caused it? Somebody who just sit down and legislate. Oh yeah, go to town. Let's okay after that income. Then what are the demands? What are the demands now? Change 1999 constitution. Remove the Senate. Cost of governance. These ones will cost it. Who will do that? All of this. Look at the demands now. Look at the demands. And now see whether those who went up were serious people. Look at those demands already put together. You know, they started from these IPOP people on the internet. They said they were going to do it. Nothing will change after that. When they saw how people were now organizing their own political in response in Motai, all of these places, they were ready for them. They said they were not interested again. Now somebody now grabbed it. I said, yeah, look at how it spread in the north. Very easily, because that is a place where, look, those who lost election.
That's actually prevalent, yeah.
Yes, now they just moved out, and their own idea of okay, we must chase out Tinubu. Then they started, breaking traffic lights, doing all of these things. Now imagine these people who were wielding cutlasses were stoning soldiers. Imagine having them in your own village. Many of them are in your village. They shoot them in at night. They are the ones riding Okada. You destroy them up north. They are unable to do anything up north. Now, when they become a burden to you, you assist them to come to this place. You say one Nigeria. No food, no water, no shelter, nothing. You unleash them on the local populace. If you are building a house in your village, now they will remove the gate and take it to Geremo to sell. Nobody will be arrested. So we have that existential problem. We have it everywhere. So if you are serious about protest, let us start. They move EFCC to invite the people to state his own. It's not about press statement. EFCC should invite Benga Daniel. This what other economic malpractice is worse than this? No, I'm asking you. You sold capabilities to non-entities. Non-entities that started fighting among themselves. Look at it. I've been reading it. I'll forward this judgment to you. I'll forward them to you to read. You can see. And Benga Daniel is a sitting senator. His colleagues have not asked him to excuse them until he's able to clear himself. He says he will assist Nigerian government to resolve the issue diplomatically. Listen to him. Even Bikule Amosu, who gazetted compulsory acquisition of people's land from express to any town, 1.5 kilometers. What entered his brain? Is it because he studied HND, Kukayukupona, FC? Is it because his brain is conditioned to HND that he did that? 1.5 kilometers from the express to come and take people's land now. We are waiting for him. Come and take it now. And who are these foreign investors, these same criminals? All of these criminals. You can imagine Chinese go to sawmill to sell plywood. It is as bad as that. As Okitimupa, my in-laws are complaining now. Pupuru is very expensive now. Because they just pack all the cassava. These elements. You give them land, they are not interested in any staple food. It's cash crops that they will be export. And they use your people Monday to Sunday, and the work they refuse to do, they will not give them under labor. And Okamoku, the Lebanese are doing their own. And so we have these existential problems right now. We should please. I'm challenging you, journalists, especially the conscious ones. The conscious ones, not these combatively stupid elements who we are abusing their fathers' betters. The conscious ones who understand the issues. I'm going to forward this arbitration thing to you now. If you don't have them, I'll forward them to you. So I take time, about 66 pages. I'm on page 12 or 14. So read them.
Okay, thank you so much, Doctor. I will expect them. And I want to thank you for your time.
I thank you for having me.
59 minutes and some seconds, almost crossing into exactly 1 hour. So let's just close it there for now. We'll continue. And I look forward to receiving those documents, so those files I can read them up.
I'll give you. I'll send them to you.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your time, and thank everybody.